Hello, this is what we have today: Tarot of Mystical Moments and Oracle of Shadows and Light. All right, how's everyone doing? Okay, I'm getting two cards from the tarot deck. Message of the day. Okay. King of Wands. Page of Cups. Okay. And then the Oracle of Shadows and Light. This might be a excuse me, parent and child relationship for some of you, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay. Message of the day. Working too hard. All right. Immediately, a very specific message for those of you who are a parent, because I feel like whoever's watching this video, I feel like you're more the King of Wands than the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups might be your kid. Working too hard. Angel of Time. So one very specific message that's coming out for some of you who are watching this is that your worry about your kid not being on track in some way, in the way that you're, okay, as a parent or as an adult, someone who's had more physical life experience, you go through life, and so say you birth a kid and you're like, okay, I have all of this life experience that I want to kind of imbue onto my child so that they don't make the same mistakes that I do, or that I want their life to go better than mine, or that I just want them to have a really good life, whatever the situation may be. There, whatever concerns that you're having about their emotional wellness, right? The Angel of Time is letting you know that to let the child go through what they need to go through in life, because they have their own source energy. They have their own spirit that's guiding them from within through their emotions. The cups and the Page of Cups talks about emotions, right? And so if you see your child being more inwardly turned, in terms of like maybe they're more introverted, or they're not as outwardly as expressive as you are. As the King of Wands, the Wands talks about like outer expression and action, right? Cups talks about inner emotion. So if there's like a personality difference between the two of you, in the sense that you're more an active type of person and they're more like an internal, not as extroverted as you are, and they're like just more introverted, and they keep to themselves. Maybe they appear more moody than you are comfortable with, or that you generally view yourself to be, right? That, oh no, there must be something wrong with my kid. And the Angel of Time is letting you know it's okay. People are just different. There are personality differences in people. Some people are more inwardly turned. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. It just means that they have a more rich emotional life, a more rich inner life, where maybe they keep, their own thoughts and emotions to themselves, And that's totally okay. They're communicating with their own spirit, okay? And they might not be able to like express to you that, oh, I'm communicating with my own spirit. Like they might not see it as a spiritual thing, but like whatever they're thinking to themselves or to the universe, as a whole, it's their own internal dialogue, and they're figuring things out on their own. They're letting themselves be guided by their emotions, and it's totally okay. So the angel of time is just letting you know you don't need to work so hard to make everything the way you think life should be for your child, or that you don't need to make everything okay for your child in terms of how they feel, because their feelings are guiding them and they're going through their own journey, their own life journey and their own spiritual journey. And you don't need to over worry too much about that, okay? So that's a really specific message for some parent out there. The best way that you can actually be good guidance for your child is for you to focus on your own thing, your own passion, your own way of being, and them being from their personality, they'll be able to see what you're doing, and they can have their own internal discernment about what they can learn from how you are in your own life, right? And what they can take in, what they admire about you, and what's right for, what's the right path for them. Like, okay, this I can learn from mom or dad, whoever you are as the King of Wands, right? A guardian of some sort, right? You can even be a grandma, like a generation removed, but it's just, I see like this is the adult person and this is the child person. And the page will be able to see how you act and be and how you feel like within your own life, and be able to gather information or absorb information from you through that way, and not necessarily that you need to kind of hover over the page and say, are you okay? Maybe we need to do these things to help you with your problems. And, like, you don't need to take that active of a role in order to help them with their life. Just you living your life, your best life, the way that you can, they'll be able to see how you're doing and learn from that. That's like a better way of doing it. Okay, so that's one very specific message. Let me see if there's anything coming out from spirit about any other messages. So just in general, for anybody else where this situation doesn't apply, the angel of time is letting you know that it's just about worries in general, concerns in general, feeling that you're on some kind of treadmill, or what people would call the rat race, where you're continually doing, working, and not spending enough time in the Page of Cups mode, where you turn within and say you meditate, say you have the internal dialogue like a Page of Cups would, right? And gather information from your emotions, guidance from your emotions, guidance from your internal dialogue. That when something feels good, that's guidance. When something doesn't feel good, that's guidance, and learning to develop a communication with your spirit so you understand what your guidance is talking about. So here I'm going to recommend, and they're saying, Spirit is saying, to recommend the Abraham Hicks Emotional Guidance System. You can just Google that. It's all over the internet. If you want to read a book on it, their book Ask and It Is Given actually has like one section on it that actually talks about the emotional guidance system, and the entire book is amazing. So that's the book that actually sparked my spiritual awakening. So if you want to go check out that book, but even just looking up the emotional guidance scale to see how it works, that will really give you a lot of information of how to connect with and communicate with your spirit. Okay. And so having turned within to connect with your spirit and receive information from them, then you take action. And the action that you take from having this in alignment, the action that you take from here, you won't be working too hard anymore. Things will flow easier for you. You will be following that fire, that comes through you, and you won't be putting in extra effort that doesn't return you with the same amount of reward. Okay, so you kind of want the effort and reward thing to be balanced out, where you put out something and then it comes back to you, right? A lot of times, if you're not connected here in the cups, in your emotions, in your energies, then you might end up putting out a lot of effort for little return, right? So this is just talking about balancing that out, balancing out the internal and the external, the emotions and the actions that you take. Once the emotions are in alignment, the actions that you take will be less effort. So it'll be like effortless, and you're just following your passion. And the actions that you do take, the activities that you do dive into, is pleasurable action, and it won't feel like work. It won't feel like you're working too hard. Okay, so that's another message that's coming out from the Angel of Time. All right, you guys, take care, have a good one, see you tomorrow, bye.